Welcome to the Optional Items training module for the Texas Resource Review. My name is Amy Williams and I work in the Instructional Materials and Implementation Division at the Texas Education Agency. During this brief 5-minute session, I will discuss the types of components or resources that are eligible for TRR, describe the optional items that you may submit, and provide guidance and examples of those items. Reviewers may only look at components or resources that are offered in your base package. By base package, we mean the collection of resources that every single district that purchases your materials will have access to. This typically includes certain student materials like the student edition and workbooks, the teacher edition, certain assessments and progress monitoring tools, and research lists. Rather than providing access to all readers or novels included in a package, you should provide a comprehensive list of all books included. You should not include access to anything that must be purchased separately. Reviewers also don't need access to every single decodable book or manipulative. A representative sample of books and a list of manipulatives will do. Again, do not include anything that is part of an upgrade or only included with the purchase of a premium package, and don't include any sales or marketing materials. There are 3 items that you may provide to reviewers to aid them in understanding and reviewing your materials. The Component Navigation Guide will help reviewers understand the design and organization of your product. The orientation video highlights the program design and unique characteristics and demonstrates how to access the available features and components. Finally, the Quality Rubric is your opportunity to provide evidence that shows how your product meets each of the quality indicators. If you choose to submit any of these items, TEA will review and approve your submission before releasing it to reviewers. I want to dig a little deeper into each of these optional items, starting with the Component Navigation Guide. You can choose the format for your Component Navigation Guide. The most helpful guides will list every resource included with the base package. If any of those materials reference components that are only part of an upgrade, then you should mention that as well. It's very helpful to provide direct links to each component and name the order each resource should be reviewed when looking at the materials for the first time. It is helpful to provide step-by-step access instructions and to identify any nuances or components that typically require extra training or support to implement correctly. This is a great example of a navigation guide that lists every component and provides direct links. As a side note, every link in this and the upcoming slides is fictitious, so you won't actually be able to click on any of them. This example shows how you might guide reviewers through different categories of information. You can see that the information is specific and provides links to each resource. In this final example, the publisher listed components, then highlighted where in those components specific information can be found. Now I'm going to shift gears and talk about the orientation video. The orientation video will be viewed by reviewers before they try to access your materials. While I do not have any specific examples to share, I can say that the strongest and most useful videos will explain why the program was created and talk about what makes it special or unique. It should demonstrate how to access each component, especially those that are more complex or difficult to navigate. We recommend that you keep the video to about 15 to 20 minutes and consider breaking it into smaller pieces or chapters that the reviewers can revisit as needed. It does not have to be professionally produced. In fact, a simple screen recording with narration will be just fine. The last of the optional items is the rubric correlation. These correlations, unlike those provided for TEKS or TPG alignment, are used by review teams as a secondary reference. They're used to verify that the quality reviewers have examined all evidence you think is pertinent and gives you a chance to really dig in and understand the various elements of the quality review and the criteria against which your materials will be assessed. It is important to provide a range of examples from various components for each indicator. The most helpful correlations include direct quotes from the materials and summations of what the materials do. Be as specific as possible. On this slide, you'll see an example of correlations for a single indicator. You'll find the indicator in the first column on the left, followed by the types of evidence the reviewers will be looking for. You will provide your correlations in the last column on the right. In this example, you can see that there are several examples of where the publisher believes the indicator is addressed and includes direct links to the evidence. We really hope you consider submitting one or more of the optional items to aid the reviewers in examining your product. You'll find additional information about the deliverables and due dates in the publisher manual on the TRR website and can send questions directly to your liaison or the TRR inbox. Thank you so much for your time.